Welcome back, everyone. This is Heaven Channel, the late night edition, the call-in show, the live chat show, the say whatever show, talk about the most pressing topics in the world right now. We're back. We're swinging a little bit with Marion McPartland, 1958. We got Ken. Ken is throwing a dragon uppercut right next to the temple in the forest. And the very act of doing such, he's practicing his form. And the trees are growing. And the tiger is waiting in the grass on the other side. This is Heaven Channel. We got a few fun little ditties tonight. See what we get into.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Shout out to John Paul Curtin, first in the chat tonight. It's 2020. It's the month of May. The Taurus people are stepping aside for the Gemini people here in the year of the rat. If you look at Chinese astrology, I'm a metal monkey, obviously. And next to me is Jared, and he is a rat. So it's his year. He's Toonces. He's driving the car for us. Jared's a tiger. Unofficially, year of the tiger. What'd you do, John Paul? Did you finish your EP today? You've been working on your EP? So proud of you. John Paul's music is truly original. Guys, this is Marion McPartland. One of my greatest influences. I've been listening to her my whole life. This record was recorded in, I believe, the early 50s. 58, late 50s. Marion McPartland at the London House. I'll see you in the London House, Marion. John Paul says he's not quite done with his EP, but he's working on the track listings. Excellent. If anybody needs mastering, this rat is a really good masterer, the one sitting next to me. Highly recommend him. Thank you to everybody who came to the show earlier, the early show. We really enjoyed making that for you last night. I stayed up all night. I watched the sunrise. I said, Jared, oh my God, you left the light on outside. And he said, no, that's the sun. And he was right, it was the sun. It's called the sun. He left the light on and it's called the sun. I'm glad he did. It's good to have everyone back. Rat stirring, that's right. So Galecstasy is back. It's Wednesday night. We're sending out pizzas to everybody in the world. Delivery. Tiger is going to show up at your door with a pizza box. And all we want is... Hey, Kill with Video. Welcome back. All we want is for you to do the splits and eat some pizza for us. Oh, there's my girl. Val's back in the chat. Yeah, Val. We have a call-in number on the screen tonight. It's the same number that we always have, and we would love to hear from our friends and our new friends that we've been making. And if anybody needs some help, some guidance, I'm sure Jared would be happy to do an astrology reading for you. Jared is Primary Mystical Experience, and we also have a dance company together called the Astrology Ballet, where we explore the cosmos through dance and fashion dance. But yeah, I have some cool books here. I have my animal spirit guide book, and if you have a question about animal, I also have my magical mystical card deck, so if you need help, we can help you. We could pull a card for you. Val always checks in here on Wednesday night before she has to sleep because she teaches in like 4 hours. She got to wake up early, but it's so good to start the chat with Val. Right before this show, there was an owl outside. Big owl. It was so cute. It was a really cute owl. And we stayed as quiet as we could while it hunted for a while. Tried to keep we're drummers here, so we're always loud, but we try to be quiet so he could hunt or she could hunt. And it lasted a little while. Oh, we got some other sexy people in the chat. Stunt driver. Oh, now we have Kim tonight. You never know who you're gonna get on the chat. Hey, girl. I wanna hear how everybody's doing. Good, bad, the ugly. We watched the Gran Torino. I miss you too, Val, so much. I was sending you hugs earlier. I'm sure you felt them. Gran Torino is such a good movie. Hey, Mario. Mario sent me like 20 songs in the middle of the night, and Jared and I stayed up till sunrose listening to them. We loved them. We especially liked the crazy, glitchy spaz shit. That's our favorite. But everything you wrote was great. Peace, Mario. I'm working on your presidential t-shirt design. Our friend Mario is going to run for president as soon as he's age eligible. We got a call.
From?
Hello?
Hello, wait, is this I'm sorry, is this the Heaven channel on YouTube, or am I supposed the wrong number?
You are on the Heaven channel on YouTube.
Oh, nice. Wait,
Yeah.
Okay.
You might have to mute your computer volume just so it doesn't confuse you.
Okay, so, alright. So I think I'm doing this right?
Okay.
Okay. So actually, I have no idea what this is. I found it on accident, and it said you could call in, and so I'm calling in.
Oh, good. You've obviously come to the right place. What's your name?
Dylan.
Hi, Dylan. I'm Raquel.
Hi.
Dylan. I'm Jared.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Where are you calling from?
I'm in LA, Glendale specifically.
How's Glendale feel these days?
Pretty much the same. It's a bunch of old people that don't want you around, so it's not too bad.
Are you young? Are you implying you're a young person?
Oh, okay. I'm younger than I'm 28, which I guess is also still technically young, but they are much older than me, regardless.
Okay. Yeah, I've spent some time in Glendale. Let's hear the worst and the best. What the worst part and the best part.
I think it's okay. That's like, so I guess worst and best, I would say simultaneously, are probably the small shops. They can be the best because you can find hard to find like spices or like weird brands of like juices and shit you can't find other places. But simultaneously the worst because no one there is friendly. It seems like they don't want you to even buy anything in the store.
So if I was to be like, "Hi, do you have some paprika?" They would be like,
"Oh, you wouldn't even get an answer. They might point, and that's about it."
Incredible. So is that an old person thing or just a Glendale thing?
I want to think it's an old person thing. Don't want to think it's a race thing, but it very well could be.
Could be.
POC,
Okay.
you never know.
Have you seen the Gran Torino?
What's that?
Have you seen Gran Torino?
No, I haven't. Is that actually any good? I have no idea.
It's like the best movie ever made.
Wait, really? I mean, I've seen
it takes
a
grouchy old person to a whole nother level.
A film about a grouchy old person.
And more.
That was great.
Hold on.
It's Clint Eastwood, right?
Yeah, I would say you've got to watch it, man. If this is what you're dealing with in your hood, you gotta go straight to the truth.
That's a good idea. I like the advice.
Clint takes it there. He goes all the way. It's pretty awesome.
That's great.
Yeah, it's surprising.
Where are you guys? I'm assuming in LA? I have no idea. This just seems like a very LA thing.
We're not in LA right now. We do love LA. We like to hang out in LA, but no, we're actually out in the desert. We're out near Joshua Tree.
Wow, cool. That's rad.
Yeah. So cool. How'd you find the show? Just curious.
Just like, YouTube rabbit hole, looking up. I mean, I have a lot of buds that will recommend sort of like niche comedy videos or like conspiracy theory stuff. And sometimes I think eventually your algorithm gets so wonky, you'll just find really weird stuff.
It's the age of the algorithm, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just everything is about the algorithm.
Dylan, what do you do in Glendale? Are you do you have a shop?
No, I don't. I freelance animation. I do some comedy. Like
some stand-up comedy.
Yeah, I've done that.
A little bit. You want to try anything out on us?
On the air? Oh my! There's no other. It's like this is worse than a Zoom show. I can see only your reaction delayed.
Way worse. I mean, the tiger says it all.
Yeah, I don't have any good cat jokes. Too bad.
No cat jokes locked and loaded for us.
I am curious. What is the tiger animal stuff at the bottom? Is that?
Yeah. Good question. So that's some text that we pulled from one of our favorite websites of all time. And it's called Green Dragon Society. And it's the website of, I guess it's like a kung fu school in Chicago. That's the best I can make of it, but the website is unbelievable. We were going to show some of it today on the show and maybe talk through some of it, but they have this whole thing where they break down the animal system, or they call it a system, or animal kingdom, and they explain the mythology behind the powerful animals and how they adapted their martial arts techniques from the animals.
So is it strictly like martial arts, like analysis, or how does that work exactly?
It's maybe more like mythology, maybe you could frame it that way. But I think there's like so much deep truth in it that it's kind of incredible. Plus we'll probably throw some of the website up because you just won't believe it. You won't believe what they cover on this website. Like you'd figure it'd be like, okay, here's the school, here's where you can sign up for lessons, and then even the animals is like a little bit extra. It's like, oh, that's really cool. They put all this theory up there and these illustrations, but no, there's like a billion more pages in shit that you would not even believe, that they go into. It's kind of unreal. I mean,
does it feel like if you've gone like to a hoarder's home before, where it's just
it's
so
a
much
bit
more than
like
you thought
hoarding, but it's like incredible information, and also like some of it is pretty rando, but the majority of it is like kind of deeply spiritual. So it's pretty cool. It's got some
Wow.
some truths in there, yeah, I would say, which we're always looking for. Yeah, actually, let me toss it up on the screen real quick.
Cool. Yeah, that's actually rad. That's sick. I mean, it's cool to find
We're
neat
gonna
stuff
put
like
it
that.
up. We're gonna put up for you to see. Have you ever studied any kind of martial art or movement?
When I was in like grade school, I did Tang Sudo, and I think beyond that, like I played some video games that had martial arts as actual martial arts as a part of the game, but I didn't learn anything. I was hitting squares and triangle and circle, but martial arts is cool. I know nothing about it.
Today I had like a kind of a longing that I wished I was like at a martial arts school, and that every day I just kind of did that. I think it's kind of a certain type of person who's drawn to that kind of discipline.
Yeah. Oh, so wait, you used to do martial arts?
I used to surf. I mean, I've done all sorts of things. I did Ashtanga, but the only martial art I've ever studied was Tai Chi, which is kind of like an old person martial art.
Yeah.
But we're putting up the
gosh.
site so you can just see how involved it is, and I hope people go look at it, because it's like we've spent so many days looking at the site, and we'll find a new link, like. And then we were like, maybe this is some like recruitment site for some sort of military organization. Kind of, it's all in here. But I highly recommend diving deep into the animal styles of the Green Dragon Society website.
That's incredible. Yeah, I dig it.
Have you always lived in Glendale?
No. I'm from the East Coast, like an hour south of Philly. Went to school in Chicago, and then I came out here 5 years ago? 5-6 years ago?
Wow.
But
are you a California convert now?
Yeah, for the most part. Took a minute, but I've made some really good friends here, and I mean, I like the work that I do. But yeah, are both of you? Well, you said so. You're in Joshua Tree. Are you guys always been at the tree, or?
No, actually, we're touring musicians. So the reason we started the show is our shows got canceled, and we needed something to do with our creativity and time. So twice on Wednesday, early we play music on the 7 o'clock show, and then live we actually play. And then the late show is our call-in show. And it's just been a way to keep the party going, because we have friends all over the country. We have a house together in Austin where we go back to, and I lived in New York for a long time. I know my New York friends are having a hard time. My friends in Hawaii are having less of a hard time. But, as people who move around a lot for work, this has been our way of, doing it still.
That's right. I was kind of like a Twitch stream, but like for your friends. Well, I mean, it's literally a YouTube stream, but just a way for them to all kind of stay connected. While we're all.
Yeah, for sure. And just to share, just to kind of, exactly, yeah, like to stay connected and to share like what we're listening to, like what we're thinking about. We do share our own music and, all that. We do,
Yeah, I saw the end of the last, that's when I found the channel, I saw the end of the performance, and you mentioned you were going to do a call-in thing. Yeah, and then that's how I wound up here.
Very, very cool.
Do
So
you guys
one
get
thing.
a lot of calls?
We do. Yeah, no, you're good. Yes, we do actually. We have a surprising amount of calls, and then you really never know who it's gonna be. So that part is amazing because we literally just roll. You know, I mean, it's kind of like our shows. Like when we play music, it's almost always fully improvised.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we are kind of used to just doing that. You kind of just hit record and see what happens. So even if we might have a song, quote unquote, that we're gonna play, we don't know how it's gonna go or how we're gonna get there or how we're gonna play it out, how long it's gonna be, anything like that.
No, I can dig it. Yeah, it's fun. That's a fun thing to do. I mean,
it's definitely something to do. Yeah. And so we do the talk show the same way. We just roll and, again, sometimes we have a few things in mind. Like we throw some iconography up there and see, what it triggers for people in the audience.
Yeah, and you've missed the earlier episodes, so you might want to go back and start at episode 1 so you can get an idea of where we're coming from. But as Galecstasy, part of our mission has been to share the mythocracy of the Golden Dragon Temple. And it might sound like a lot, but it's really very simple. And it just has to do with letting people know that the temple's being built and it's happening now. So you could go back and watch the Sun Ra episode, and we talk about what mythocracy is and some of these concepts which have been around, but not everybody knows yet. So we're just hoping, like the little things, like the Green Dragon Society and whatnot. We'll just bring them to everyone, to our friends, especially who have to survive this time where things are changing rapidly, and I think a lot of people spend so much energy just trying to cope with the fast pace of change. So folks can be a little stressed, and this is a good way to bounce it around. And we have experts on the show sometimes. So
oh, really?
Yeah, all kinds of people have been calling in, and we've had special guests. So we were going to ask you if you wanted to pick a card from the deck, and we would read a card for you to help you with your own divine path through Glendale awesome. And beyond. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
that sounds incredible.
You're in.
All right, yeah.
Okay, so everybody in the chat, my sister's in the chat, my best friend Val, Harrison, all kinds of cool folks are here. So just use all your good energy and intention to help Dylan get the card he needs for his own magical path into the divine. The new moon is this week. The new moon is a time to wish and make wishes. So, Dylan,
do you need to know my sign or anything, or
what is your sign?
I'm an Aquarius.
Okay.
I guess I know my rising sign. I don't know my moon. I don't know.
You don't know your rising sign?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're an Aquarius. We're both Pisces. If you couldn't tell. So, okay, I'm getting a little staticky in the mic, which means Spirit is here. And Spirit's ready to pick this card for Dylan the Aquarius in Glendale, calling in Wednesday night, May 2020. Okay, we're going to pick the card for you, Dylan. You just tell me when, okay?
Okay. Now.
Okay. I got it. Yeah, I got it. Okay. All right, this is a crazy card. Let's get it in the camera. Let's see. Hold on, Jared, can you hold it because I got the mic? Okay, Jared's going to do the card reading for you.
Oh, exciting.
Okay, I'm holding it up, trying to get a decent light on it. If you guys can see it, it's a little tricky to do it since everything's reversed. But okay, it has amazing kind of rainbow art on it, and there is like a man holding a snake, and there's rainbows. It says strobe light gunfight. Are you ready for this?
I'm just seeing it now, the picture. That's incredible.
Okay, so it's called strobe light gunfight. Go into a room or space that you live in and make the lighting better. Then take a moment to enact a vicious battle with the shadow side of your being, knowing that you have the power to always change the lighting.
Oh, that's very nice. That's a very optimistic card.
How about that?
Yeah. Is that like an actual call to action, or more like a metaphoric thing that you think in your head about, like, oh, if you put yourself in a different like environment, how you're not necessarily overwhelmed if you can reassess like how you exist in that environment? Like,
I think all those interpretations are valid. I honestly think it has all of it in there. I mean, I think you could take it literally, and you could actually go into a room or space and change the lighting. I think you can certainly do that. You can also, you could literally take on your shadow side. You could be like, okay, let's do this. I'm here. You know, you could kind of just show up and do that. And then, there is the I would say, other interpretation. You know, I think the last line, knowing that you have the power to always change the lighting, you know, so that kind of means,
I like
right?
that.
Yeah, I do too. It's kind of like a little practical saying, but you know, I guess it's true. You know, at any moment you can kind of reframe your perspective, right?
Yeah, that's a really good card. That was nice. That was a lot of fun.
All right, man. Glad you enjoyed
I
it.
think it's gonna bounce, but
Cool.
I'll probably call in again sometime. Great.
That was great, man. Thanks for calling. That is our deck. That's Raquel made that herself, and you can buy it.
Really?
We made that. I mean, I didn't, but she did. She actually made it, illustrated it, wrote every card, and it is for sale in our store. So there's a link down there if you want to check it out.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks
I'll
for calling.
definitely check it out. I can say that much, but awesome.
Dylan,
Thank you so much.
Thank you
It's
so
fun.
much for calling, man. Taking a chance,
Of course.
and you keep it real out there. Get those shopkeepers to smile. Turn on the charm.
The phrase face mask makes it a little harder, but yes,
True
I'll
that.
do my best.
All right, man.
Okay.
Good luck to
Bye.
you. Bye. Okay, we got another call coming in.
Call from
Richard.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
What?
Who is this? Rich?
Yeah. Richard here.
Oh. Hi.
Hey. How you
got
guys
The
doing?
jazz is just swinging so hard for you on this call. Okay, we're gonna change the background music for you. Everybody, this was Marion McPartland at the London House. Rich, hold on one sec. I'll just tell everybody something really cheesy. One of the reasons Jared and I fell in love is because we both love Marion McPartland. And that's a pretty deep cut if you ask me. All right, Streets of Rage for Rich. Richard on the chat. Rich,
Street Rage. Hell yeah.
yeah,
They just came out with a new one of those, I think.
tell us everything.
Okay. Well, holy cow. I didn't think I'd get through. My. Yeah. Well, you know, I'm a cool guy. I was just watching a Mortal Kombat video of, I guess, a couple hours ago, and started kind of clicking through the links and it started getting more and more like kind of, you know, like real life mysticism, and then I found you guys live, and I've never really called into something like this before.
Amazing. Another first timer. Well, welcome.
Yeah, thanks.
This is such an honor.
No, honor is mine. I'm also in California, and I'm so jealous of you being near the desert.
Well, we're ready for you when you're ready for us, Rich.
All right, cool. Shoot, what do we want to do?
I think we should start working on something that will appeal to this new future we're entering, so we can, as artists, anticipate something. And last week we talked about the white squirrel spaceship that's like a sound synth that hovers around. We could start working on that or something like that.
Is that a literal spaceship?
It can be.
Or
Yeah,
like
a vape
phenomenon?
craft.
Okay, wild.
Yeah. All right, so you see Ken up there. Are you Ken or Ryu player?
You know, I'd have to go by Smash Brothers, but in Smash Brothers, I usually play as Ryu. You can be both of them now.
Oh, amazing. Cool.
Yeah. So
I always I was a Ken guy myself.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was really a Mortal Kombat guy over Street Fighter, but
Excellent.
but Street Fighter's really important.
Oh, for sure. What do you like about Mortal Kombat?
So I think I first heard of it. It was like right around when the movie came out, and I was, you know, a little kid, like second grade, and I must have already kind of been into ninjas, and there's like a few characters in there that are straight up ninjas that all just have different, you know, color uniforms, and I was really into, you know, like dressing cool. Even as a little kid, I loved dressing up and like, and honestly, it really was kind of the aesthetics at first. But I've been watching some of the videos of like the new video games, and they start getting into real wild kind of story arcs. Maybe this could tie it. So the boss in one of the most current game, her name is Chronica, and she's like the goddess of time.
Okay.
You know, whatever kind of shenanigans all the characters have gotten into in the previous, you know, 20 years, she's come in to set it right and go the course that she wants. In order to do that, she reaches back into the 90s, into the original games, and pulls the characters from there into the present day. So you have like these older characters fighting their younger selves, and it's really cool. It's like kind of a really meta thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. Time. Is she a goddess or what?
Time. Yeah. They're called elder gods. So it's maybe a little. I'm not the most well versed, but it's a little bit more like kind of Greek mythology-esque, where it's like these kind of demigods that are like, they're powerful, but they're not like the Judeo-Christian, you know, almighty God. But you know, there's powerful beings that are interacting with you know, with the real world, which kind of like, I mean, I don't believe in like the Mortal Kombat gods, but like I have been kind of thinking a lot more and more about like, you know, like what's kind of behind it all. I do believe in like, you know, kind of like a spiritual dimension existing on top of where we are right now. But, you know, anything I try to, you know, any way I try to explain it, it's, you know, you kind of start to drive yourself crazy.
Did you, by chance, check out the website that we just mentioned?
I did actually.
What'd you think?
Kind of like perused it. I love the colors. I'm a big kind of like you know, neon fluorescent fan, especially with the you know, the contrasting black background and everything. That was the green dragon one.
Yeah. I recommend you take a look, man, especially if you're pondering that type of stuff. I think there's a lot of wisdom on that website.
It looks pretty like it seems, for my knowledge, it goes to like a lot of different areas, or is this all kind of like focused, I guess, you know, like kind of through the martial arts, but like what's your point of view? What's your big kind of overall story with that?
I mean, I don't think I can distill that into a sentence. I think that I am always looking to learn, though. I would say that for sure. And I'm always trying to look through a new lens. And I think when you can try to think in terms of wisdom or impeccability or truths or things like that, you know, I always have my mind open towards that, a new way, a new filter, a new way of looking. And I think if you just do that, you know, you get quite an assemblage of information over time.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's actually in the Bible, the New Testament, where it's kind of like a Led Zeppelin sounding line, but it's a verse in the Bible that says that we're looking through a glass darkly. And that's, I always thought that was like such cool imagery that, you know, all this, like there's so much room for us to grow and develop, and that's kind of like, you know, the goal. But still, there's like an ideal, a Platonic ideal that exists, and we're kind of striving towards that, but we only can ever get as far as, kind of a dark reflection of it. But I think
Can I ask you something, Richard?
Yeah.
Do you think that do you feel, okay, let me phrase this better.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel connected to other people and things, or do you feel like an autonomous being?
Okay, let's see. Do I feel connected? The answer would probably change with my sobriety. But
interesting. So say I just run into you and you've had like half a bottle of your favorite
some gin.
Poison, some gin. Okay, so you had half a bottle of gin. I asked you that question. What would you say?
In that moment, I'd ask for permission to give you a hug. That's probably what I would do. So yeah, I think when I'm in that state of mind, I do feel very connected. And I think when I'm totally straight edge, I think I also feel that too. But just like everyday like anxiety, especially now in these unprecedented times.
Yeah. Where are you again right now?
I'm in Hollywood, Los Angeles.
You're in Hollywood, okay. I mean, we have a lot of West Coast LA energy on the show tonight, and
for sure.
For people who don't really know LA and this part of the world, it truly is. It is paradise. It is so beautiful, and we kind of take for granted that we live so close to so many animals. There's like dolphins at the beach. There's parrots flying around, and it creates so much fun and peace of mind. Like we were saying earlier, we just saw the owl outside hunting, and
real life owl.
Real life owl, and it's just sitting there so cute, and it kind of like tells us when we're being too loud. It'll like make these rare, very strange noises. They're amazing animals, but I don't.
For sure.
I think that this is a time of connecting for people, because I think most people are sick of wars and bombing, but there's still some people that enjoy that so much. But it would be nice to just make a big shift out of bombing each other, and I think more could happen for the human. The human is just at the beginning of being a human animal, I think. The owl is like an elite animal. We're just still figuring out what a human animal can do.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That reminds me, at the Griffith Observatory in LA, it has like this wall of this kind of geologic timeline of, the Big Bang leading through all the bacteria developing, and like the portion where, primates exist is like, it's like such a small part of the timeline. And then humans on top of that is, like we just got here in the blink of an eye, and already there's, I don't want to get too down, but yeah, like you said, there's, the people in power, driven by money, just, making things horrible for other people, and we're trying to, rise up, or peacefully.
Yeah, it's cool. I think it's a cool time, and there's a dark and a light to everything, right? That's the yin and the yang. Is part of it's great, part of it's not. But keeping that in balance is really the key. And when the shadow overtakes the planet, we're all doomed. So we all know what happened at the end of Game of Thrones. It was not pretty.
Yeah. Disappointment.
Do you want us to pull a card for you?
Yes, that'd be great.
Okay, what's your sign?
I'm a Libra.
A Libra. We've been meeting lots of Libras. There's a very spectacular Libra in our chat, Carly Patak. She was in. I don't know if she's still there, but it's so good to see her name. Okay, so the Libra, Richard in Hollywood, everyone in the chat. send your good energy to Richard. Let's get him the card that will help him. Richard, do you know about the new moon coming up here?
Oh, yes.
So
I'd forgotten, but yes.
okay, so new moon, you make some wishes. So let's make this card help you make all your dreams and wishes come true and help you get through the day-to-day so that they can, okay?
Okay.
All right, so best card for Libra, Richard. Richard, just tell us when to say. Say
And
when.
now.
Okay, hold on. Yeah. Okay, Jared's gonna read it.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet. Here we go. Oh. Okay, I'm putting it on screen. Oh, this is a classic. A classic. You're going to like this one. All right, I don't know. I know there's a delay on the stream, so I don't know if you can see the artwork yet.
Not quite yet.
Okay, well, I'm leaving it up so people can take a look at it, but I will start to read it. So this is the card called More Credit. More Credit. The credit card of love. Swipe for more credit. Do you need more credit? Today, your gift is the credit card of unlimited credit. Swipe it or insert it straight into your heart. All the love in the universe is yours.
Hey, how about that?
How do you feel?
That's nice. I like it.
Do you feel like you give yourself enough credit?
Oh, man. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. But I'm trying to kind of, come to terms with when it's right, and and be honest and also be kind. Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
This is the credit card of infinite love.
Credit card of love. I'm going to pull out my guitar right now and write a song.
Okay, babe, I'm going to show you how to do it. Here, you take your credit card. You can use a real credit card or a fake imaginary one, and this is what you do. You just swipe it right on the heart. Swipe it or insert it whenever you need more credit. You have unlimited credit now, and there you go.
Cool. All right. Is that like towards like my fellow man, or towards, or I guess towards the animals we've been talking about?
It's definitely for that, but it's mainly for you. It's credit for you. Credit for your own existence.
Okay.
So whenever you feel, sometimes, like you say, it wavers, right? Sometimes you're right on it. Sometimes you're like, man, I'm confused. I don't know. Whatever the case, you can always swipe for more credit. That's just something we came up with, I don't know, over like a year ago, but this idea of swiping for credit. And so you have been given that gift. So that's for you, man.
All right. I'll start swiping it.
Perfect. Well, we really appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, no problem. I'm just going to keep thinking about that credit card of love. It's sort of going around in my mind. That's going to be great.
Perfect. So, yeah, and if you do not know, the deck is called the Deck of Embodiment on the Earthly Plane, and Raquel here, she made it. She made it herself from scratch, just out of nowhere. She made it in like 2 days, and it is available. You can check it out. There's a link down below. I think at the bottom of the description, and you can check it out, and you can actually own one if you're so intrigued.
Hell yeah!
It's a great present for old people in Glendale.
Oh,
if you have any old relatives, something. Have you seen Gran Torino?
Gran Torino. I never did.
I hadn't either, but we just watched it, and do it.
I used to, I was recently watching another Clint Eastwood movie, and I think, I don't know, yeah, maybe I'll check it out. I haven't been a big fan of his, like, later stuff, but I heard a lot about that one.
I think it's worth a watch. If you're not into it the first 10 minutes, you'll know.
Oh yeah.
It's
What do you
like
like about it?
immediately amazing. What do I like about it?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like you should watch it and then you should call back and we should talk about it.
All right. Cool.
There's a lot to say. There's a lot to say about it. I don't want to give anything away either.
Okay. All right. No spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers. Not on the Heaven channel. All right, we're going to switch the tunes. And I guess
Cool. Same here.
thank you so much for calling us. It's really cool to talk to you while you're in Hollywood.
All right. Yeah. Thanks so much for having me on.
Enjoy playing that guitar.
Thanks. I'm vibing. This is gonna be great. Put me in a good headspace.
Yes, well, get after it, man. All the best of luck to you.
Thanks. Do I hang up? You hang? I'll.
You know what? We'll let you hang up.
Okay. I'll just be on the phone all night. I'll let you go.
Peace and love. That was great. Okay, moving right along. We have some cool videos we wanted to share. Definitely. Yeah, I was doing. I don't sleep during the night, as some of you know. So I was up, and I was online, and I found I was part of a group chat, I guess, on Instagram with Percy. Yeah, it was a live stream. Thanks, Jared. It was a live stream. Anyway, I just wanted to share this poetry with y'all.
Address some shit. You know what I mean? That's all I did. I'm listening to the shit they play in the massage parlors, that meditation music. But I'm just real curious, man. I ain't saying I'm the hardest motherfucker and the biggest crip in the world or the biggest pimp in the world or the biggest Mac in the world. But I know I'm certified, stomped down, official like a referee with a whistle. How the fuck? And I got my little niece on there, so plug your ears. But how the fuck?
Right? Right? Totally. Percy. Galecstasy. At the same time.
Let me see the mic, babe. The reason you're not hearing anything is because this incredible thing we were going to load for you stopped working. So we're going to show something else. Let's go to the math video. Jared really wants to play Angels of Comfort for y'all. But the Angels of Comfort don't want to play with him. So we're going to go, well, we could go to the math video or we could go to some other media. This is a good one. Yeah. We've got Tribe Meets White Man for the first time. Just another great video on YouTube. You may have already seen it, but I think, a friend of mine called today. He wanted to talk about PTSD, and I said, remember when we were wild and free? No, we don't, because since we were little kids, we had to put on our human proper attire. And all right, so that video is not working. In fact, the stream itself,
Is the stream down?
the stream seems to be working fine, but none of the videos are loading. So that's just a problem with streaming in 2020. Fortunately, we have another thing to show you that I think you will like. I'm going to go back to my face. Let's see if that works. Anyway, oh, there I am. Hey, everybody. Are you going to play the mixtape I made, babe? Okay, we're going to save the mixtape I made for next week, which could be the finale of this section of Heaven Channel, this season, I should say. We're going to put on Laraji. If you don't know who Laraji is, he was one of the first, like, super new age people. Percy was kind of in on that so-called meditation music. We'll just follow up with some more. This is a gift from our friend Matthew David. It's his birthday. Happy birthday to you. And thank you for this tape. What a gift.
Happy birthday, MD. This is one of our favorites. Yeah, I don't know what happened to our web. None of the videos we had up are loading. So this is actually a cassette playing right now. It is analog. Oh yeah. The album is called Unicorns in Paradise. This is a particular reissue on a Leaving Records imprint. It's my favorite Laraji recording.
It's almost 11 o'clock here, which means we have had a whole hour of this. So if anybody else wants to call, yeah, throw it up. Just show a few seconds and then show them the Seal video. Okay, we're gonna go to the Seal video. I'm from Northern California. It's a bit different there than Southern California. It's a whole nother universe, actually. So one place I enjoy going is Ocean World in Crescent City. And we're going to see a little bit about Ocean World.
All right, this is our 6-year-old California sea lion named Cora. She's a California sea lion and our superstar with these big, good front flippers, good for coming and getting my attention when she needs it. Good. But they're also good for things such as dancing, good, turning, good, flipper stand, hold it, good. Get in the water. But she's also very intimidating. She likes to pretend this is her pool, her ocean, and she absolutely is the only shark in it. But if one magically fell out of the sky into the pool, she wouldn't be the only one, and she'd have to get out immediately. Top deck. Good. And while she's up there, she'll yell at the shark. Good. And when she finally scared it away, she'll give us a big roll to the right. Good. To the left. Good. Down the slide. Woo! Good. Other than intimidation, she's very good at imitating. She can be a pretty good dolphin. Bow. But not just any dolphin. The dolphin flipper. But she's also very, very athletic. One of her favorite sports to play happens to be basketball. Good. Good.
The seal just scored a basket.
So Cora is a young lady. What the young ladies love to do is dress up with things like pretty necklaces. 1,
I want a pretty necklace.
2, and 3. All right. But you can't have things like pretty necklaces without a pair of pretty glasses to match.
All right.
All right, Cora, come here.
Cora could be on the
And
Heaven
tell them how
Channel.
much you're gonna miss them when they leave. Tell them. I know. Tell them how much you're gonna miss them. Cora, wave goodbye. Wave over here. Wave. Good. This side. Good.
Yep, that video is off Oregon Lifestyles. I'm so glad we shared that one with you.
Can I borrow that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think what can even be said? I mean, we all have to be as good as that sea lion. I think that's it. That's your homework for the next week. Until you see us next Wednesday, you have to be as good as that sea lion, because I don't know if I am. You know? I mean, did you see the flip it did? And then how beautiful the arc it made when it jumped like a dolphin? And how does it know how to do all this stuff? Effortlessly. And basketball? Come on. That part's a bit much, isn't it? It wasn't incredible enough, but then it balances the ball on his nose and he goes up and scores on the first try. I know what I'm doing this week. I gotta be as good as that sea lion. Was it a sea lion?
I don't understand what Harrison is saying in the chat. He's saying something about the worst jazz solo of all time and 20 minutes. So let's just ride that wave a little bit. We have a special video from a friend to share with you at this time, and it's called Jazz. So I'm just going to let the video... It was on the sidebar, he says. Well, I'll tell you what was on the sidebar is this video. Stay tuned for this jazz video. We're ready.
Well, thanks for checking in on the jazz layer situation. Never thought you'd ask. Well, as you can see up top, we have blue. Blue is an oasis. It is a calming peace. And once you go down to green, green is the forest. It is nature. It is the Amazon being destroyed by Bolsonaro. Then we get to red. That is the Amazon currently burning. It's fire. It's rage. And then it brings you all down to the fourth layer of jazz, which is the realer blue, because up top's purple if you're colorblind, because once you get to blue, you're at the fourth layer, and the fourth layer is the deepest one. The fourth layer is the deepest.
That explained it. That was Luca Leathers explaining jazz. Much better than I could ever. Lisa Cameron explained to me what jazz was once. Yep, that was pretty much summary. Jazz used to be sexy. That's why it was trouble making music, because people used to dance and get down. And then somehow it became less that way. And what is it like today? It's somewhere all over the place. So, touche, jazz, dead.
Well, jazz was a true movement, right? I mean, it was the only original American art form. And then everybody wanted to be cool. There actually is a genre called cool jazz. Yes, you might have heard of it. You might have heard of a guy named Miles Davis playing some cool jazz. Well, everybody wanted to be cool, right? I mean, didn't we all see Billy Madison? If peeing your pants is cool, then consider me Miles Davis. You know, One of the better lines of our childhood. No, but for real. So everybody wanted to be cool, and then everyone wanted to play like the jazz musicians, and so it got institutionalized. Yes, that's correct. Jazz was institutionalized, and it was made into a program at a university that you have to pay thousands upon thousands upon thousands to study.
It used to have a different name. See if you can do your homework between now and next week and learn the original name for jazz. I won't even tell you what it is. I'll just put it out there. There was another name for jazz before jazz. Came from New Orleans. So, you know what's down there? Vaudou. God, I love seeing you guys on the chat. There's some answers in the chat, I'll tell you. Where they shall remain. Well, does anybody... Rich Freeland says, time to invent a new genre. I would call it, my new genre would be called Wiggle Mania. Be about how much wiggling I could do. Yes, Wiggle Mania. Le Jazz Wiggle Mania 2020. Will robots be fun to dance with? I don't think so. Oh, there she is. I knew if I put out the request for the mystery to be answered that Lisa Cameron would return. Lisa, are you... It's way late in Texas, but if Lisa Cameron wanted to call in and explain to people about the history of jazz in the way that she explained it to me once upon a time, we'd be more than happy to take that call. Rich says, how about bodice? Bodices are out. Or are they in? Lisa's deep in the chat. I don't know if we're going to get her to actually call us. Yeah. Jared says yes to the bodice. I don't think men actually know what that is, but anything with bod in it. Hot bod. Tight bodice. Squeezing. Yes. Booyah. Okay, Lisa nailed it in the chat. I think she's going to resist the call, but I'm going to hold out another minute before spelling it out for you guys. All right. I think she wants me to say it out loud. The first jazz band was the Razzie Dazzy Spasm Band. It was spasm music. Not toe tapping, you know, delightful. It was spasm. It was Razzie Dazzy. I invite anybody who wants to call in before we end the show. Now would be a good time. Love y'all. I'm glad to see you.
Our friend Luca was helping describe our music to everyone. So, what does your music sound like? We're just gonna have to play the Luca video. The first layer of jazz is blue. The second one is green. I don't know, I already forgot. See, I need to reference the video so that I know. It's confusing. Also, what's up with genres, people? Why do you need the safety and comfort of genres? Does it make you feel better? You sleep better at night? Sleepify? When you're sleepifying, you put your favorite genre on? Rack up the streams?
Yeah, like Percy. He had on meditation music before bed while he was preaching. He went on to talk about narcs, and our neighbor John told us that, if you read the news, you might know this, but in New York, you can report your neighbors if they're not complying. And Percy did some narc calling out. It's a weird time.
First step to authoritarianism. Hey, you didn't do what the government said to do. I'm gonna tell on you. You're in trouble. Orwell. Huxley. They told us. Can't act like you didn't know. Yeah, it's not the first time. It's all good. Percy was mad. He was mad about the narcs. Should be. Frankly. Should be. Bow dice. That helps, actually. That helps me understand it. It's a complex subject. What is a bodice? What is a bodice? Oh, you know what? That makes me think. No, Modice. Modice, yes. Okay, this, I just got reminded. There it is. Okay, get ready, guys. Boom! Yes. The Fox Mulder Dreamboat unisex t-shirt available at astrologyballet.space in our store in all these wonderful colors. Yes, somebody bought the Dreamboat shirt. Sorry, I don't remember your name, but thank you so much. We're going to come up with some new designs very soon. We've been talking about it a lot. So, yeah, we have a store with all these custom designs. It's called Astrology Ballet. It's also a dance company. This is where you can get the deck that we were reading from earlier and on other episodes of Heaven Channel. It's called the Deck of Embodiment on the Earthly Plane. It is an Oracle Tarot style deck, mystical magic. You can learn a lot, really. We use it all the time. Bob Lazar, the Aura t-shirt, feel something more every day. Galecstasy, N quotas, Mushroom Man, the 420 tank for summer. Stop, don't go to high school. Sorry you got triggered. Just all the best ones. All the best ones.
Well, the only video that well, there's 2 videos we were going to share with y'all, but we're running out of time. So maybe we could just touch on them really quick so people can look at them on their own time. And I think next week will be our last week filming the Heaven channel. And then we have something else fun in store for you you're going to love. But if you want to send anything for us to play or plug your music or ask us questions, we'll just show you a tiny bit, but you can watch this video on YouTube.
According to Huawei, they don't believe that the white man exists. But if they do, that makes me one of the living dead.
You're about to see some fashion. This is kind of a long video. I'm just going to skip ahead to when they start touching each other, but I was talking to my friend about PTSD today, and he was saying, you know, just being somebody you're not can cause a lot of stress, being forced to be in, you know, a role you didn't choose. And there's a lot of ways to be. So I guess this is an inspiring video because, like, we don't really know what the future's gonna hold, but people have been doing all sorts of things in different ways for a long time, so. This video is kind of inspiring to me. Fashion-wise, just physique.
This one, for some reason, is terrified by my black bag. He tastes the salt too that I brought as a gift.
Oh, that's nice. He brought salt. This guy I've got a crush on. His feathers.
Danger. His breathing is short. A sign of fear.
Okay. Okay. So, you can see just how freaking cool you can be. I don't think we need to hear this whole song, but no, I don't think we should play it, but we could just tell people to check out this yay, RV. Rich in the chat, thank you for joining us. We're winding down here, just giving you all some tips to look at after the show or during the week. The Taliban song by Toby Keith called Shockin' Y'all. It has 300,000 views. And it's quite entertaining. And also quite relevant because we are still bombing the Taliban right now. And then we've got Mathologer. And if you want some cool math / art, check out this Mathologer
26,
video.
and before we got to 6.
Here
Of
we
course,
go.
we made a choice there at the beginning, that 10, right? If you change that 10 to anything else, well, the picture changes, but pretty much everything I said stays the same, okay? So for example, if you switch from 10 to 11, we get this guy here, you know, and then 12, it's going more and more and more and more, right? So this continuously. And well, you think, well, that's probably what it's going to be, you know? You can also look at this in the Mandelbrot set, and you can actually see exactly this sort of pattern here happening in the middle. And if you kind of push the exponent to infinity, the whole thing kind of turns into one big circle. You know, that's pretty cool. Okay, and that's, you know, I think that's the end of it. But no. Let's just keep going here.
This
right?
is dedicated
so the petals
to Tom's
are
mom.
pretty much going to go away now. But if you just look at what's happening here, you see there's a lot more, you know, structure somehow being hinted at, right? I mean, we're moving very fast at the moment, right? We're moving very fast. But if you actually went through this frame by frame, you would see a lot of really, really nice structure happening. And I've highlighted a bit here. So just a few of the frames that you get, you know, some really amazing stuff happening here. So if you stop at 33, you get this one here. Stop at 34, you get that one here. And there's a couple of other highlights here. There's a lot more. It's just this is how many I could fit here. Right? Okay, and maybe have a close look at some of them. Okay. So here we've got 4. Now the number that all these correspond to is actually 200. Okay, 200. What we're really doing here has a special name in mathematics. Okay. So what we're really doing here is we're doing the times table modulo 200. Okay, so it's got a special name. It's actually incredibly important in all sorts of applications to do this sort of modular arithmetic. Okay, but anyway, for our purposes, you know, you understand how it's built up, and if you know a little bit more, you know a little bit more. Okay, so for 2 times table, we get the cardioid. For the 34 times table, modulo 200, we get this guy here. And then some
Check
other
this
things.
whole video out
So
when
for
you have
example,
time. His
if you
stuff is
multiply
great.
by 51, we get this guy here. And if
And
you multiply
also,
by 99, we get that guy here.
he
Now,
shows
if you
how
just look at
this
the 2
shows
numbers
up
here below,
in
you know,
nature.
51 is pretty close.
It shows up in your coffee cup. Mandelbrot in your coffee. All right, everybody. Ron in the chat, all our friends. It's new people, strangers who found us. I'm so glad that we're still alive and that you are too. And again, our hearts go out to those who are having a hard time, and we send you lots of hugs. And again, thank you for doing the show. It's always a joy to keep the party going.
Thanks everyone for being part of the chat, being part of the show, calling in, just being here with the vibe and the spirit. This has been Heaven Channel once again, Ep7. We did LP7 earlier. If you did not catch it, all the episodes of Heaven Channel are archived on my YouTube channel. It is Primary Mystical Experience, so go check them out. There's actually like a ton of content at this point, which is crazy. We're going to turn it into a podcast, I think. But yeah, that said, again, we love you. We will be back next week. We're thinking about maybe calling it a season 1 of Heaven Channel. We'll see. Always kicking around ideas in the old noggin. I guess without further ado, we're going to sign off from the desert. This is Galecstasy. I am Jared. That is Raquel. We do love you, and we offer you peace and love. Until next Wednesday, Heaven Channel, signing off. Bye.